Again, I would like to share with you one sutta called Yuganaddha Sutta from Terra 4.170. I think you all have this copy. Please get it. The reason I choose this sutta because many practitioners have wrong understanding that they have to start with concentration first. Without concentration, they may not be able to continue vipassana. There is one misunderstanding. Another misunderstanding is some may think only vipassana, no need concentration. This is the second misunderstanding. So let's see what Buddha said. Okay? What other people say, not so important. What Buddha said is extremely important. Okay, so on one occasion, Venerable Ananda was staying in Cotta at Gosina's monastery. There he addressed the monks, friends. Yes, friend, the monks responded. Venerable Ananda said, friends, whoever monk or nun declares the attainment of arahantship in my presence, they all do it by means of one or another of 4 paths. Which 4? Number 1. So this means that because Ananda is I think this sutta, if I'm not mistaken, this sutta is talk given by Ananda, I think after Buddha's parinibbana, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? So many monks who declare their attainment of arahantship to Venerable Ananda. Because Venerable Ananda at that time already become arahant and he mastered all the teaching of the Buddha, having been Buddha's Tapia for more than 20 years. So whatever talks Buddha give to audience, if Ananda was not there, Ananda has the right to request Buddha to repeat the talk to him. Therefore, Ananda mastered all the teachings of the Buddha. So let's see, what are the 4 parts? Number 1, there is the case where a monk has developed insight preceded by tranquility. Insight preceded by tranquility means he practiced samatha first, followed by insight. Okay, there is only one way. Okay, and he develops insight preceded by tranquility. After he gets concentration, then he proceeds to insight. The path is born. He follows that path, develops it, pursues it. As he follows the path, developing and pursuing it, his fetters are abandoned, his obsessions mean defilements, destroyed. So during Buddha's time, many people practice this way. They practice samatha first, then after they get concentration, they proceed to insight. But there is only one of the 4 ways, not an absolute one. Not an absolute one. Okay? Let's see number 2. Then there is the case where a monk has developed tranquility preceded by insight. This person practiced insight first, followed by concentration. So if any teacher say that you should practice concentration first, without concentration you cannot go to insight, then against what Buddha taught. Okay? So therefore, before we say anything, it's better to have better understanding of what Buddha taught. And don't cling to what the teacher said, but open to what Buddha said. So as this person, he practiced insight first, then followed by concentration. He develops tranquility preceded by insight. The path is born. He follows that path, develops it, pursues it. As he follows the path, developing it, pursuing it, his fetters are abandoned, his obsessions destroyed. Then you may have a question. How should we practice the insight first, before concentration? Nowadays, there are so many methods taught in the world, starting with Vipassana. For example, Mahasi method, Mogul method, Goenka method, Sumi method. What else? What other methods you practice? Part is start by concentration. Part is first way, not a second way. Okay, so all this insight, who practice insight first, let us put aside all the method and see what Buddha taught. Buddha taught 4 foundations of mindfulness. Right? In the 4 foundations of mindfulness, under Kaya Nupassana Satipatthana, body contemplation, there are 7 subjects. Number 1 is Anapanasati. Anapanasati is concentration practice. Then the second one, maybe 4 elements meditation. 4 elements meditation, discerning the body, which consists of 4 elements: earth element, water element, fire element, and wind element. Again and again, until you see the whole body break down. There's no solidity, only you see the rising and passing away of the 4 elements. Then you see the body is not a permanent soul. The body is not a self, and being oppressed by constant arising and passing away, it is dukkha, suffering. So what is anicca, impermanent? What is dukkha? Cannot be regarded as permanent self. Cannot be regarded as I, mine, myself. This is called insight meditation. So under Kaya Vipassana Satipatthana, there is one meditation called 4 elements meditation, is insight meditation. So if a person practices insight 4 elements meditation, then later on he practice samatha and become arahant, then it's called insight. So it's called tranquility preceded by insight. Right? So it's not only only one 4 elements meditation is considered insight, or else Buddha taught sati sampajanya, mindfulness and clear comprehension, aware of whatever your bodily movement, whether you are stretching your hand, whether you are walking, eating, chewing, going to the washroom, you practice mindfulness and clear comprehension. Seeing is just an element, no self. Seeing only intention, mind direct the body. Seeing nama-rupa relationship without seeing a self. This is called sati sampajanya. Clear comprehension. Mindfulness and clear comprehension under Kaya Nupassana Satipatthana, under bodily contemplation. It's also another way of insight. Okay, and what else? 32 part. 32 part can be insight, can be tranquility meditation. And if you keep on contemplate 32 parts in pure anicca, know myself, then it's insight meditation. If you only focus on one of the 2 parts, then again deep concentration of first jhana, then it's called insight, and it's called samatha meditation. It depends on how you direct your mind to see things. Okay, then next, Vedana Nupassana Satipatthana. Feeling contemplation. Is it insight or concentration? Insight meditation. Now we have 3 types of feeling. Dukkha Vedana, pleasant feeling. Sukha Vedana, unpleasant feeling. Sukha Vedana, pleasant feeling. Adukkha, Masukha Vedana. Neither pleasant nor unpleasant. So if you keep on contemplating whatever feeling that arises in you, whether it's pleasant, unpleasant, neither pleasant nor unpleasant, and see it arising, passing away. See it arise depend on conditions. The condition also impermanent. Therefore, the feeling also impermanent. So if you can see it this way, it's called insight meditation. So one also can start with insight meditation without develop jhana first. Or you contemplate according to Satipatthana Sutta, Citta Nupassana Satipatthana, contemplation of the mind. Buddha said, when mind affected by greed, he knows the mind is affected by greed. Then when somebody abuses him, then the anger arises, then he knows the angry mind. And when the mind becomes drowsy, sleepy, then the yogis know the mind is sleeping. It's called awareness, not mindfulness, awareness of whatever state of the mind you are experiencing at this present moment. So when you know, this is a state of the mind arising in me, then later on, if you apply mindfulness, you will see it passes away. Nothing is permanent, right? So when you see it passes away, then it's anicca, impermanent. Then you contemplate impermanent. And when the condition arises, it triggers the anger to arise again, then you note condition phenomena. This anger is depend on condition, it arises depend on cause and effect. Therefore, it's not a permanent self. If anger is self, if anger was self, let's say, if you think anger was self, when the anger passes away, is the self passes away or not? No, right? They say, now I'm angry, 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, my anger subsides. But I know I'm still here. I didn't pass away with the anger. So this means anger is not a self. If people identify anger as self simply because of delusion, simply because of ignorance, simply because of avijja, not knowing, seeing things wrongly. So if you contemplate different states of the mind arising in you, this is also called insight meditation. Without jhana first. Okay, so according to the 4 foundations of mindfulness, you can contemplate kaya nupassana satipatthana, bodhi contemplation, feeling contemplation, and mind contemplation. These are all insight meditation without jhana first. So this is the second part, second way. So what's the first way? Do you remember what's the first way? Insight preceded by humility. What's the second way? Just opposite. So please remember, we have many different ways, not one way. The one way is 4 foundations of mindfulness. What I say? 4 foundations. The only way is satipatthana. Okay, let us see number 3. Then there is a case where a monk has developed tranquility in tandem with insight. In tandem means yoked together, one after another, or yoked together. As he develops tranquility in tandem with insight, the path is born. He follows the path, develops it, pursues it. As he follows the path, developing it and pursuing it, his fetters are abandoned, his obsessions destroyed. Okay. According to commentary, although commentary is not what the Buddha taught, it's the commentator comment what Buddha taught. So sometimes we did not take it 100% right. Neither we reject it completely, right? Therefore, I say according to commentary, not according to Buddha. Okay, according to commentary, what is the meaning of tranquility in tandem with insight? Commentary say that after yogi emerged from the first jhana, for example, he emerged from the first jhana, so there are many mental factors in the first jhana. The prominent ones are 5 jhana factors. Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. Initial application of thought, vitakka. Sustained application of thought, vichara. Piti, rapture. Sukha, happiness. Ekaggata, one-pointedness of mind. So there are 5 jhana factors. Plus attention, manasikara, contact, thassa, some volitions, cetana, and so on. Okay? So when the yogi emerged from the first jhana, he discerns the mental factors in the first jhana. So apart from the 5 jhana factors, there are also other mental factors like attention, contact, and feelings, and decision, and mindfulness. So he listens each one by one, and see is arising, passing away, arising, passing away, and see consistent or purged by arising and passing away is dukkha. And what is impermanent, what is dukkha, cannot be called a permanent soul. Therefore, all these mental factors are impermanent. Then after that, he entered into second jhana, emerged from the second jhana, and discern all the mental factors in the second jhana as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Then enter into third jhana, emerge from the third jhana, comprehend all mental factors in the third jhana as anicca, impermanent, dukkha, suffering, non-self, anatta. So according to commentary, it is called tranquility in tandem with insight. But nowadays, let us see nowadays the famous method in Theravada. We have Mahasi, we have Moko, we have Sulu, we have Songnon and so on. Let's say, let me choose one and discuss here. Let's say Moko Sayalay's tradition. Moko Sayalay said that he teach the student practice Anapana for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. When you feel that you have gained some concentration, at least no more restlessness. When the mind is restless, you cannot see things as they really are because your mind is thinking here and there. Therefore, according to Moko Sayalay, you have to calm down your mind first, let's say 30 minutes, 40 minutes of Anapana. Then after that, you feel that your mind is calm already. Then put aside Anapana, discern whatever arises in the body and mind. It can be bodily sensation by way of 4 elements. It can be your feeling. For example, when you sit long time, there's pain, right? So you can contemplate your painful feeling. Painful feeling as by way of 4 elements or see painful feeling, just a sensation without associated with a self, not self. Or you can see the different state of the mind. Let's say when you are experiencing the pain, what is your state of the mind? I have to ask you questions so that your mind will not get distracted when people are coming into your home. Your mind is so easily distracted. Just people coming, then your mind gets very distracted. What to do with you? People come into the hall, what to do with you? If I'm also like you distracted, then I will stop talking to you, right? Because I'm distracted. So train your mind not to be distracted so easily. They come in, they know how to walk in, you don't have to look at them. Okay? Okay, so now when you are experiencing the pain, what is the state of the mind? Unpleasant or irritation, right? So at the time you can shift to watch your mind. The mind is irritating, so you can contemplate the mind is affected by irritation as mind affected by irritation. The way how you note is very important. If your mind is irritated by pain and you say, I am angry, you become more and more angry. But if you see the irritation is just a state of mind, nothing to do with you. It arises out of conditions because of pain. Pain is the cause. Irritation is the effect. So you see the mind affected by irritation as a mind irritated by irritation. It arises due to conditions. If you can see it this way, you will not cling to your irritation as myself. And very soon you develop wisdom. It's just simply because we do not know how to see things. We keep on seeing things associated with I, myself, belong to me, then problem comes. Then all the problem comes from the clinging to things as myself, as mine, as belong to me. Okay? So, according to Mogo Sayalay, now after you develop 30 minutes or 40 minutes concentration, or you feel that after 30 minutes still restless, now okay, you can sit 15 minutes. Then when your mind reach little bit concentration, no need to reach jhana, okay? Little bit concentration, then you shift your attention to look at the body, or at your feeling, or at your mind, whatever pop up. This is the way how you develop mindfulness. Anapanna is mindfulness on the breath only. No enough. You still need to develop mindfulness on the sensation in the body. You also need to develop mindfulness on your different type of feeling, pleasant, unpleasant, neither pleasant nor unpleasant. Or you need to develop develop mindfulness on your state of the mind. To me, to be mindful of the mind is most important. For what reason? Simply because all the refinements come from the mind. If you can control the mind, you control everything. Mind is the forerunner of all states. In the first verse of Appamada, mind is the forerunner of all states. If you can control your mind, you control everything. The advanced technology in the world all come from the mind, right? Without this mind to create it, nothing can be accomplished. Therefore, my teaching emphasizes a lot on contemplation of the mind. However, this subject is very profound. It takes some time to explain to you tomorrow, okay? concentration. Tomorrow we go to insight meditation. So after half an hour, you just develop your mindfulness, not concentration. Okay, develop your mindfulness on your body, on your feeling, vedana, on your different state of mind. This is called insight meditation. This, according to our interpretation, tranquility in tandem with insight, both yoked together. But according to commentary, commentary request you must have jhana first. But according to nowadays, the world now, those famous meditation teachers, they don't think you need. Many teachers do not think you need first jhana in order to become sovereign. What I mean is, many teachers think that no need to achieve first jhana before you become sovereign. Although this question is very controversial, but most teachers think in that way. Okay? This is called tranquility in tandem with insight. So as he develops tranquility in tandem with insight, then the path is born. He follows that path, develops it, pursues it. As he follows the path, developing it and pursuing it, his patterns are abandoned, his obsessions destroyed. So he also can become arrogant. This is the third way, one of the four. Okay? Now we see the last one. Last one is a little bit complicated. Then there is the case where a monk's mind is seized by agitation about the teaching. So in Pali, we call Dhammuddacha, Vikahitam Manasam. Dhammuddacha means Dhamma, Uddacha means festivals or agitation. Regarding the Dhamma, mind is seized by agitation about the teaching. Later I will explain to you now. There comes a time when his mind grows steady inwardly, settled down, and becomes unified and concentrated. In him, the path is born. He follows the path, develops it, pursues it. As he follows the path, developing it and pursuing it, his fetters are abandoned, his obsessions destroyed. Okay, what is this? Mind is seized by agitation about the teaching. According to commentary, you will see that COMN commentary, the corruption of insight. The corruption of insight is when a yogi reaches Udaya Bhaya Jnana. According to commentary, there are 16 stages of insight. However, this is not mentioned in the Sutta. The 16 stages of insight, not mentioned very clearly in the Sutta. In Sutta, they mention 3 are very important. One is, 2 are very important in the Sutta. One is arising and passing away, is Udaya Bhaya Jnana. And the second one is Nibbida Jnana. The insight of dispassion. Insight of dispassion, disenchanted. Because after seeing arising, passing away constantly, and all this process has no controller, and it's too calm, then the mind gets disenchanted, dispassionate. So in Sutta, if you master in Sutta, you will see these 2 insights mentioned many times by the Buddha, arising and passing away, and disenchantment. Then after that, Buddha said, one becomes enlightened. What's enlightenment? Free from clinging is called enlightenment. Okay, liberation. Liberated from clinging. So according to commentary, this mind is seized by agitation about a teaching. commentary refer this is called corruption of insight. Upakilesa, corruption of insight. When a yogi reach insight of arising and passing away, he will see a lot of light, bright, brilliant light. Now his mindfulness becomes extremely alert, keen, concentration stable. There are 10 corruption of insight. So anything becomes extremely clear to him. And he thought this is Nibbana. And he stuck there, enjoying that state, never move forward. This is called corruption of insight. Okay, this is according to commentary. But and one of the monks in Sri Lanka, one of the famous monks in Sri Lanka, disagree with what commentary said. And he gave an example of mind is seized by agitation about the teaching. The example he gave is Ananda's experience. Ananda, when Buddha passed away, Mahakassapa, want to establish Sankhya Jnana, Sankhya Council. So he invited Mahakassapa invited 500 arahants to attend this Sankhya Jnana, Buddhist Council, Buddhist Council. And Ananda must be the one. Because Ananda followed Buddha for more than 20 years and he mastered all Buddha's teaching. Without Ananda, this council will not be okay. However, at that time, Ananda is not Arahant. And only Arahant are qualified to attend this first Sankhya Jnana. So Ananda is very stressful. Tomorrow, another 3 days, Sankhya Jnana will be held. And I'm not yet Arahant. So in order to achieve Arahant, he knows he can become Arahant because Buddha already told him, you will become Arahant in this life. So he knows he will become Arahant, but when? So this is very stressful for Ananda. So he strive very hard before attend that Sankhya Jnana. So he strive very hard, day and night, still cannot achieve Arahant. So one night, he feel very tired. Because having striving for day and night for many days, he feel very, very tired. And yet, he feel that he should rest for a while, relax a little bit the effort. So he went to his kuti and want to lie down to take a break. That break is not meditating, it's that less effort, no walk so much. So when he's lying down, before his head touching the pillow, he became Arahant. Just one day before the meeting of Sankhya Jnana. Therefore, at that moment, that Sri Lanka monk said that Ananda's mind is seized by agitation about the teaching because he's very anxious about not achieving Arahant. So his mind is agitated. Tomorrow is meeting, then now I have really become Arahant. So the mind is seized by agitation. So at that time, he balanced his 5 controlling faculties. What are the 5 controlling faculties? Faith, mindfulness, effort, concentration, and wisdom. These 5 come to balance. Once come to balance, you make big through the meditation progress. So at that time, because his mind is seized by agitation about the teaching, then finally the path was born. And suddenly his mind grows steady inwardly, settles down and becomes unified and concentrated. And in him, the path is born. And he followed that path, developed it, pursued it. As he followed the path, developing it and pursuing it, his fetters are abandoned and his obsessions destroyed. And finally, Ananda becomes Arahant. So according to Yuganaddha Sutta, there are 4 ways. Let us repeat. What is the first way? Insight preceded by tranquility. Second way, tranquility preceded by insight. Third way, tranquility intended with insight. The last way, mind is seized by agitation about the teaching. So now you have better understanding, right, about the practice. Any question about this sutta? So after you learn this sutta, don't claim. If you are not good in concentration, then you can start with insight. Don't spend years, 10 years to develop concentration and they cannot achieve concentration. And they become frustrated, lose faith, lose interest, right? Then you start with insight first. There's nothing wrong. Buddha say insight preceded, tranquility preceded by insight. So don't cling to whatever method, but choose whatever method that is suitable for you. What is suitable for you is the best one. Right? I have been a teacher for so long. I see one of the weakness of the yogis, including myself, when I'm young. Now I'm old enough to say that. When I'm young, I also cannot see clearly. I cling to the method I practice. I share with you one of my examples. I start with Mahasi meditation. Mahasi is pure insight. So I start with Mahasi meditation. Then at the time, because the teacher always said, this is the only path, this is the only path. And we easily get affected by what our teachers say. This is the weakness of us. Because we don't have the good knowledge to access. So we just listen what the teacher said. So the teacher keep on saying, this is the only path, this is the only path. So I feel so delighted. I walk the only path, no other path. Okay. Then later on, I left Mahasi to go to Terra. They also say this is the only path. In the center, this is the only path. And I have been staying for more than 10 years. And I also finally influenced, by the saying of others, say this is the only path. Then I wrote a letter to my friends who practicing Mahasi tradition. And I told her, I have found the only path. I have found the only path. And the Mahasi follower who were my friend long time ago, get very angry with me. You walk your path. Don't come and tell me your one is the only path. Okay, and break the friendship with me because of my extreme. Because I'm extreme, right? So every time I start to trigger some of my thoughts. And after that, I also let it out. Then from that I start to say, no, I'm not going to listen to what every teacher say, their one is the only path. I get frustrated about this saying already. There's one famous Western teacher say that if any teacher tell you his path is the only path, then you should quickly go away. There's one famous saying. If any teacher tell you his path is the only path, then you should quickly go away. Same, I come to a state that I don't listen what other teacher tell me their one is the only path. Then how to solve the problem? I need to practice, right? And follow what Buddha says. How to follow the Buddha say? Go to the sutta. 5 Nikaya, Dika Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, Samyutta Nikaya, Anguttara Nikaya, Cotta Nikaya. All these are what Buddha said. So I studied the sutta and I come across this one. This sutta, there are many parts, not only one. Okay? This I want to share with you. So be a practitioner, keep your mind open. Don't block yourself by clinging to your own view. I have been clinging to my view for more than 10 years. And once you cling to your view, your mind becomes very narrow. Become narrow. They say a cup. You are holding a cup. The cup is full of water. And I want to pour some water into it. The water cannot go into the cup anymore because it's already full. So you must empty your cup in order to accept new things which you never think of it. So as a conclusion, what I trust most is what Buddha taught, not what my teacher taught. That's my teaching. Okay? Therefore, after that, every time, whatever thought I give, I always quote from Sutta. This is the correct way. This is how to preserve the teaching of the Buddha. Not the teaching of tradition. Not the teaching of Mahasi tradition, not the teaching of Tao tradition, not the teaching of Goenka tradition. No, we are not preserve the teaching of tradition. We are preserve the teaching of the Buddha. Because each tradition also have conflict with each other. Right? Each tradition conflict with each other. How are you going to preserve the pure teaching of the Buddha? Only when we come into the Sutta, no one can argue with it. So this is the correct view you should have. Okay? Thank you. Okay, we have 5 minutes more. Any questions?
Sayalay, from Sayalay explanation about these 4 ways, is something come out in my mind, especially for the 4th type. Like if we understand about how Ananda achieved the Arahant, my question is, for the lay people or the new people who like in meditation, do you think that the 4th type is difficult?
Yeah, correct. The 4th type is not for beginners. Not for beginners at all. And this 4th type is very controversial. Even the commentary will not agree with each other because it's not clear to us, right? Not like first 3 is very clear. Tranquility preceded by insight, insight preceded is very clear to us. But the 4th type is just a sudden appear of insight. Just like suddenly, the insight suddenly matured. So it's very difficult to guess what Buddha actually means. Even commentary cannot come into agreement about this point, number 4. Okay? Any other question?
So the 3rd one, the Satipatthana fall under that? Did you say I wasn't too clear about that?
Number 3rd one? What?
Yes, the one that's in tandem.
In tandem, according to commentary and according to the nowadays, what the method practice nowadays, right? According to commentary, they must have jhana. Enter into jhana, come out of jhana, reason, mental factor associated with jhana. Then we enter into 2nd jhana, emerge from the jhana, then contemplate associated mental factor with the jhana is anicca, dukkha, anatta. But according to the modern world, what many tradition practice, they practice the concentration for half an hour or few days, not getting any jhana, without any jhana. And after that, they leave the concentration and see whatever arising in the body and mind. The sensation is always in the body, right? Hot, cold, heat, tingling, pushing, flowing, are always in the body. So you see whatever clear to your mind, you see that sensation by way of 4 elements. And see it. If you have sustained good mindfulness, sustained mindfulness, you will see that sensation is changing all the time. It's not the same. It's not stable all the time. It's changing all the time. Then when you see it changes, you see the anicca. When your mindfulness becomes sharper and sharper, you see even faster anicca. Or you see your mind. Sometimes you might get very restless. You see the restless mind as restless mind. Sometimes your mind becomes very sleepy. Then you are aware of sleepy mind. The mind is affected by sleepiness, as mind affected by sleepiness. Then when the sleepiness passes away, you know sleepy mind is also impermanent. Okay, this is the third way. Okay, no more questions? Then we stop.